guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope that you guys are excited. This is really a love yourself later activity. So you do a little prep now, and the rest of your week is just going to run very, very smoothly. Not do you only know what you're going to be eating, but you also have it ready to go. So it really is an act of self-care to do this. What is on the menu this week? We've got barbecue bacon ranch burger bowls, chicken bacon ranch pizza, and honey garlic chicken in the slow cooker. So if that sounds good to you guys, then let's get going. If you don't have your prep list, check the description in the video. You'll find a link there to grab your prep list and download it real quick, and then you can come right back here with everything that you need, and we can get this done together. Okay? There's also 3 varying levels of prep. Sorry, I had a hair in my arm. It was driving me bananas. There are 3 varying levels of prep. If you want to get the time to table results that you see on the meal plan, you're gonna wanna do up to level 3. There are gonna be some shortcuts along the way. Check the tips in your meal plan for any ways that you can skip some of that, okay? Like many times, I am actually going to start with, something in level 3. Because level 3 means that we are going to have some stuff getting itself ready while we are doing other things, and that is just buying back time. So I'm going to put some bacon in the oven. I'm cooking my bacon on a bar pan. The stone bar pan is my favorite thing to cook bacon on. So it makes a lot less mess. It's very easy to do. My method of choice, you can cook yours any way you want to, whatever works for you. Maybe you cook it on the stove top, although then you gotta kind of pay a little more attention to it and it'll spit at you and stuff. But if that's the way you want to do it, you definitely can. You can cook it in microwave, air fryer. There are many, many, many methods to cooking bacon. The oven is just my favorite. So if you have not tried it yet, maybe today is the day you give it a go. I set it around 400 to 425, somewhere in that ballpark, and I cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes until it looks however I want it to look. Somebody might be able to give you a little more science than that, and I cannot tell you why it is different every time I do it. It just is. One of my favorite quotes is by Oscar Wilde. Random, I know. One of my favorite quotes is by Oscar Wilde, and it's consistency is the last resort of the unimaginative, and I feel like I accidentally live by that sometimes. Or maybe it's on purpose, who knows? All right, you're bending over a little bit, if that's okay. We'll just have a couple bent pieces of bacon. There we are. So I'm just gonna throw this in the oven. I set a timer for 24 minutes. That felt good to me today. We're gonna go with that. Set it for 24 minutes. Another thing that I'm going to start doing immediately is I am going to cook some chicken. Cooking it for the pizza. I'm gonna do mine in the microwave. Once again, hands off, easy. This microwave safe dish, it's called a rock crock. I like cooking with it in the microwave. Does a good job. That is a hunky huge boob right there. That was an impressive sized boob. I'm used to seeing small ones a lot lately, and that one I'm just, whew. This is a gooder. Okay, I'm putting that in for 8 minutes to start, and then we're gonna see where that ends up. But while those things are doing their thing, we're just gonna keep on doing more things, okay? Okay, so I am going to first slice up a red onion. So I'm just gonna have that thinly sliced. And I have a friend here today to help me with my slicing. My friend is named the Rapid Cut Mandolin. It is my friend because it's a friend to my fingers. I am like really klutzy, and if you can hurt yourself with something in the kitchen, I will do it. And the Rapid Cut Mandolin has saved my fingers 1,000 times over, I am sure of it. I know that because I used to have a regular mandolin and I was actually banned from using it because they can be dangerous. All you gotta do is have like 1 split second of inattention, and the reason for that is that when you're using a regular mandolin, you're taking your hand and you're pushing your hand and thumb up towards the blade. So eventually that can make it so people might injure themselves. The Rapid Cut Mandolin, on the other hand, is these handy little guards and shields in place and a lock to release the guillotine. It's like a vegetable guillotine is really what it is. So you get the blade coming towards the food instead of your hand going towards a blade. It makes all the difference in the world. So it's got dials in the back to do everything. So I'm going to try that. See how that looks. So it measures between anywhere between 1 and 8 millimeters. I put mine at 2 millimeters to make a nice thin slice. You can try it a little smaller if you want, thicker if you're feeling adventurous, whatever you really felt like doing, however you want your onions to look is exactly how they should look. So there we go. That onion is ready to go. I think I'm going to try dicing up my peppers in here too and just see what they look like. Because why not? Well, I'm playing and all. So I'm just taking the center out of my peppers there. One pepper. Pepper, I guess. We're not doing pepper. There's no children's pig television shows were damaged in the creation of this video. Now I got the Peppa Pig song going in my head. Sorry if I did it to you too. If not, good on you. Okay, I need to grab another storage container. Put a lid on my other one. All right, let's see how this goes. Slice. Onion came out. Just throw that in there. You know what? I'm pretty okay with how those turned out. I was gonna dice them up smaller, but I don't like it. This is just gonna be going in a slow cooker anyway. You can't go wrong with anything that goes in a slow cooker. Nothing gotta be pretty in there. Because you know what? Once it's all done, nothing ever looks pretty coming out of a slow cooker. But if I wanted to dice these, I could put them back through the mandolin again and then slice them again. I could just kind of stand them up and go with it. So, get my peppers all cut up. Now the reason why I actually wanted to have the mandolin is because I'm going to julienne some carrots, which I'm just going to peel them first. And you can choose like how big or small you want your julienne to be. It's just so much faster to chop, to julienne something like this in mandolin. I'm going to do it pretty thin so it'll cook my carrots so that they're not too crunchy. So I'm just going to turn it around to the small julienne setting. And try to decide 2 or 3. We're going to go 3. You see they're like just little matchsticks now. So I think that's nice. Once it starts to get a little cringy, make sure that I use my guard. Awesome. There we go. We got our little matchstick carrots all done up. Now, if I were using these for anything else, I would be, other than in the slow cooker, I'd be storing these in water because carrots like that. But today I'm not going to because these are just going to go in the slow cooker, and a slow cooker will forgive many wrongs. There we are. More veggies chopped up. I'm also just going to floret this broccoli and have it washed and ready, so. Cut this into some florets, throw some things on the floor. Oopsies. You can buy broccoli already in florets if you want to. However, I mean, that's pretty easy, right? Like, that didn't take an awful lot of time. Awesome. Got myself some broccoli, ready to go. And if that is all the gas that you have in your tank today, you are done. You're done level 1. You're good to go if that's all you got. If you're sticking around with me, then we'll keep going to level 2, shall we? But first I'm going to check my chicken and see how it's doing. Can I say that bacon just smells heavenly right now? Yep, you need some more time. We're gonna go 6 minutes and see how that looks. Okay. So next thing on the agenda, I'm gonna make up some gluten-free croutons here. So to make croutons, you could buy gluten-free croutons if you have any at your grocery store and they're available. However, making gluten-free croutons is really easy, okay? It is just, it's a simple thing to do. So for all the effort it takes, like, you might as well just make them. Just take a few slices of bread knife, and just chop them up into cubes, whatever you think crouton cube size should be. Now I'm just going to throw a little touch of oil in here. Garlic. You can season them with whatever you feel like seasoning them with. If you want to go for, maybe you want to go for some Italian seasoning on there. I'm throwing some parsley on there because I think a little bit of color looks good on croutons, right? They're just something you need to have a little bit of color on them. Throw a little bit of salt. A little pepper. Time I had a little pan. Here it is. I would lose my head if it were not attached. Okay, so I'm just going to put them on a pan. You can put them in the air fryer for 5 minutes, stone them in toaster oven. There we go. So I got to go in the toaster oven, and after that my croutons are done. Like, that's so simple. You can take the shortcuts, but this is one of those things that's so easy, and it'll also save you money and give you that comfort food that you want, like, very quickly and very affordably. Now we're going to start shredding some cheese, shall we? So. This week, if you wanted to not use cheddar and just use pizza cheese on your salad instead, you could definitely do that. Cheese will never go to waste in my house, so I never mind having a different kind of cheese there. So you can do half a cup. You can grate up some more cheese for some other things this week. If you know people like to snack on grated cheese, you can grate up some more right now. Maybe you're doing yourself some breakfasts, grab-and-go breakfast for the week as well, doing some egg bites, in which case grate up some more now, save yourself time, save yourself dishes, right? So, like, you could let this prep for a few meals, become prep for a little more throughout your week if you wanted to. And maybe not right now, maybe this is all the gumption we have and you're doing wicked. Go. Some cheese grated. Here's some cheddar. I did a little more than half a cup, but whatever. Measure with your heart. Now I'm going to measure some pizza cheese. If you're doing one pizza this week, you're going to want about 2 cups if you're doing one large pizza. Maybe your family does extra cheese, in which case you would want more, or maybe you are doing more than one pizza. If you want to keep pizza night at your house a little healthier and a little lighter, then you can do like one large pizza between a family of 3 to 4 people, and then also serve, say, a salad or something, or fresh veggies and ranch on the side. You know, introduce more veggies to the meal. If it sounds like I am talking absolute insanity to you, then just keep with the pizza, but double what you are doing for pizza toppings, okay? And I am going to be doubling because I have toddlers. Chicken bacon ranch pizza sounds amazing to me, amazing to my hubby, and to the kids, that is just some weird foreign language. And they're like, where's our cheese pizza? So to make them happy, and making them happy and make me happy, they're going to be getting a more traditional pizza while we get to experiment a little more with the flavor. So everybody wins. And our pizza nights always end up all kinds of special because I don't do cheese. So we end up with, you know, a pizza for the kids and small pizza for husband and small pizza for me. So, which it sounds worse than it is. It's really not that bad. But there's multiple pizzas. There's never just one, and none of them are the same. But everybody's happy, you know? Pizza night is just an exceptionally happy night. And having good pizza night at your house, like, it is very, very easy to get cross-contaminated when you're getting pizza from a pizza place. That's one of the top places. It's bakeries and pizza places. If you cannot have cross-contact, those places are not going to be your friends. We wish they would be. We wish they could be. But unless it is like, you gotta ask a million questions when you go to those places to see how they're mitigating the risk of cross-contamination and whatnot. More cheese. Gonna check on our croutons. Hey there. Croutons, ready to go. It's just easy. I'm gonna check on our chicken too. Two smaller boobs are done. Get myself a clean pair of tongs. And then I've got the one ginormous one. Which isn't quite there yet, but it's very close. What is next? More cheese. Do some parm. So we want about a quarter cup. Which if there's some left over, I mean, that's not the end of the world if you have a little, you know, extra. This is for your pizza, so if you are doing 2 pizzas, perhaps you want to do a little bit more. There you go, nice and easy. And I'm just gonna put this into a little bowl. Oops. Put it into a little bowl, store it in the fridge, and then it is available. My kids call it stinky cheese. Those who love it, love it. Okay, next we're gonna get together the sauce that we're gonna have for, gonna get the sauce together for our slow cooker meal, so the honey garlic sauce, okay? So, I'm using coconut aminos. You could use soy sauce. Coconut aminos is fermented from coconut sap, and it tastes very much like soy sauce, but it has far fewer ingredients. So for anybody who has soy or MSG sensitivities, you might want to check out coconut aminos. They're a lot more expensive than soy sauce though. I can't put it to you any other way. However, you can decrease that cost a little bit by buying it in bulk. So you can get a huge thing of coconut aminos for cheaper, and then just buy yourself like a little squeeze bottle and throw it in that. This is what I do so that I'm not spending, like, otherwise you'd spend for about that much that's left in the bottle, you'd be spending about $11 or something silly, like it's crazy. So you just get a big bottle. Hopefully your honey's a little easier to squeeze than mine is. My honey, it's crystallized a little bit. Now, it's gonna be no problem once it goes into the slow cooker because it's going to just melt back. Your honey, it's not gonna go bad. But sometimes it will crystallize. But not the end of the world. Okay, so let's get the ketchup. These measuring containers here are, they're called Easy Read measuring cups. And you can measure liquid measures without having to do the up and down dance. You know, when you're like, okay, is it measured right? Is it measured right? No, you don't have to do that with these. You can just stand like a human, and it has the markings on the inside, and you can see when it gets to it. So I really, really, really do like those. What am I, oh. Once again, I'm gonna check on the chicken. If you gotta finish what you're doing there and not lose your train of thought, like, go with that. All right. She's good. Now, you can chop up your chicken now, let it to cool for a little while would be my suggestion, just so you don't end up burning yourself. Nobody wants you to burn yourself. Speaking of burning, this bacon did not burn. It looks like it's perfect. Nice and crispy. To have that other stuff prepping while you're doing other things, and it just does its thing. We're all just doing our things together. It's lovely. Now, if I were me, garlic, there where I am. Not me, but garlic. If I were the garlic, where would I be? Was where my thought was going, but didn't quite get there. Okay. So I'm gonna put. It is honey garlic. So this should not surprise you. There's gonna be garlic in it. I know, I know. shuffling things around all over the place. Here we go. Perfect. I've got to grate up some ginger to go in there too. So I'm just gonna peel off the gnarly outside. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt you, but I actually sometimes wonder, like, you know, you buy powdered ginger and it just doesn't taste nearly as good as fresh ginger, and sometimes I wonder if they just put like the peelings into the ginger. Like, it just can be that flavorless sometimes. You could use powdered ginger instead of fresh if you wanted to in this, but there's nothing that beats the taste of fresh ginger in something. So I am using what's called a cup zester. I want to get about a teaspoon of ginger. This zester is awesome for, you can use it for Parmesan, you can use it for ginger, and it collects it all in a little cup just underneath it. And on the cup, there's measurements that go right up the bottom so that you can see exactly how much you have in there. There's a little windshield wiper blade on the top. So I'll be able to measure out and see where I'm at for teaspoons. I'm not quite to a teaspoon yet, but it'll tell me anything from a teaspoon up to a quarter cup. It's pretty handy, like, and then it comes with a lid, so you can take the bottom off and just store it in the same container. I'll show you that in just a second. Guess I could have, you know, waited and made that a grand finale, but actually I'm not gonna really be storing it. It's going right in here, so disregard. Wonderful. See, I think that's good. And if you want to, you can put some red pepper flakes in there. I'm not gonna put very many. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit in. Just give that extra little kick, but my kids are still going to be able to eat it. Seems important. I should be a little bit of a good mom. You know, feed my children. I'm just kidding. They eat very well. And I gotta say, like, for their age, because they're 3, 5, and one is 10 months. And the 3 and the 5-year-old are very good eaters. 10 months, she's still working on it. She's little, she has time, she'll get there. If that is all that you have in you, you have completed level 2, congratulations, you did awesome. If you still have a little more gas in the tank, heck, we already made it through a good chunk of level 3, right? Because we already made our bacon, we already cooked our chicken. Now, if you're with me, let's make some burger patties, shall we? Only got a couple things left here, so. We're gonna make some burger patties. If you wanted to skip making burger patties, you very easily could. You could opt for just getting some bought burger patties instead, and that would be fine, right? Like, you don't have to do this. It is generally less expensive to make your own than it is to buy some. But everybody needs to have, like, everybody needs a balance, and it's gonna differ from week to week. Everybody needs a balance between saving time and saving money, because money is something that is there to save us time, make things more convenient, you know. So this is a pound. I was thinking, whatever, I can just divide it into 4 and then make 4 quarter-pound patties. Let's see how that goes. I hate touching raw meat so much. If you wanted to season yours, you could. I don't think you have to because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going in with these in the salad. So I don't think that you're going to be upset with yourself if you don't season them. If you want to just throw some salt and pepper in there, you could. Or if you want to throw some salt and pepper on them before you start cooking them, you could do that as well. There's one patty. And I have a burger press here that I am using to put mine together. It just makes them consistently shaped, and it also puts a little dimple in the middle of it. If you do not have a burger press, then you might want to throw a little dimple in the middle of your burger. Just take your thumb and leave your thumbprint there, because that is going to make sure that your burger cooks up flat. There's another one. I should probably put parchment between these, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna regret my life choices later. But if you want to put some parchment in between, you definitely could. And if you want to just, you know, decide that you're regretting your life choices later like I am, that's okay too. We'll be in it together as our meal prep friends. Go, 4 patties. Lovely. I'm gonna wash my hands because I'm nasty. And I'm just going to take this out of the way because goodness knows. Now it's covered in stuff and I don't want that to contaminate anything else. I am going to prep the pizza crust. So I've got a couple different recipes in the meal plan for pizza crust. I've got a paleo one and I have a regular one, or a regular one, a gluten-free one. If you are not gluten-free, I'm sorry, I don't know what to give you. That is just the harsh truth and reality of this, is I have no idea what to feed you. Okay. So I am personally going to be making paleo crust here. You're making gluten-free. You can mix all of your stuff now. Got my almond flour. And since I'm making this, I'm honestly just going to be, making pizza tonight for the family. We're just doing our pizza night tonight. It's like a holiday at our house. You can do any of these meals in any order that you want to. Don't feel like just because one recipe is listed first in the meal plan, that has to be the first one. I want you to look at this and see what night do I need a slow cook a meal, and then plan doing it that night. Or what night would be good for pizza night, because you know pizza night's going to take a little longer than the burger bowls once you're putting everything together and baking it, right? So look at your week, look at your schedule and your plans, and see what works for you. Throw some coconut flour in. There we go. And either one of these crusts are ready to use right away. The paleo one, you might want to let it sit for a little bit if you're going to be using yours right away. Just because coconut flour likes to take a little while to absorb. Well, when I say a little while, I'm talking like 10 minutes. Like you're still pretty well ready to eat. Okay, I'm going to take some water and just warm it up a little. I'm going to mix those dry ones together just a little bit so they're semi-mixed up. You could do a little better than that if you felt like it, but I figured, it's fine. Couple eggs in there. And lastly, I'm going to throw some apple cider vinegar in. Where's my little measuring cup? There it is. Might be a little ketchup in there, but that's fine. I'm not too worried. All right, now I'm just gonna let it mix. There we go, guys. So that's just going to mix. I'm gonna wrap it in some saran wrap and put it in the fridge. Or if you're planning on using it right away, you can put it right onto your pizza pan there and get your ingredients chopped up. If you want to chop up your bacon and your chicken right now so that it's all ready ahead of time, you might as well because you're here, then you can do that as well. Other than that, guys, we're ready. I hope you enjoy the week. I hope you enjoy the recipes. And most of all, I hope you enjoy the way you feel this week. I hope it trickles into the rest of your week when you're so prepared for supper time. It is such an important time of the day. So I thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.